Alright guys, it's time for Uber confessions. Number 1. Do not keep me waiting. Just because I say you got 2 to 3 minutes.
The least you can do is leave that attitude at home. We got problems in situations our lives with.
And I tell her, hey, I'm on the way to pick up this passenger. And she says, what? Huh? She's on the phone with somebody. So, yes, this is an Uber share ride. Luckily in this case, you booked your share ride with the hopes that your rate would go lower and you're not in a rush to get to where you're going. This was already explained.
Please be sure to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. So y'all, we heard some of the passenger confessions on the other video. Today we'll be listening to some Uber drivers' confessions. Whether you're a passenger needing a lift or driving to make extra cash, you have really got to be careful out here. You never know who you're allowing into your space. I personally never liked the whole Uber thing. I don't think they do enough as far as the background and mental health checks. As long as you have a car and insurance, it's basically a go. For the drivers, it is dangerous as well because you don't know what mental condition the person sitting behind you is in. Yes, the dash cams are good when it comes to having physical proof, but let's be honest, the camera won't save you. Comment below if you drive for Uber or Lyft and your experience so far.
Uber confession of the day. So I get a ping like normal, and I get a text message right after. The woman said, hey, can you pick me up from the address down the street and not the one that I put in the app? And I said, okay, that's fine. I'm used to doing that or whatever. So I go pick her up. She get in the car with her baby. She had a beautiful baby. Beautiful baby. I love me a beautiful baby. And I say, your baby is so beautiful. For no reason, she says, I'm sorry I had to have you pick me up from down here, but I didn't want my husband to see me leaving. And I'm thinking like, oh, why? She said, because he has a low jack on my car, and I don't want her to know where I'm going. And I'm thinking to myself, like, where are you going? And without me even saying, where are you going, she says, I'm taking the baby to see her father. And I'm thinking like, but your husband, and she was like, my husband doesn't know this is not his baby. Ma'am, he had a low jack on your car. I think it's time to run.
Trying to hold my I'm driving. Okay, so I get into the apartment complex, boom, make a left, make a right, boom, and then go around the corner. So she ended up texting, hold on, I'm in the bathroom, I'll be right out. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna park, boom. So I'm waiting, you know, about 1-2 minutes go by. So she get into the car and then she sit down. You know, when you sit down sometimes, like you flop. So she sat down and flopped, and I smelled the stench. I said, I'm trying to hold my composure because I'm like, mind you, it's raining. So she get in the car, and I just start smelling something instantly. I'm like, oh my God. Like I'm trying to hold this in. So I'm just like, oh my God. Like, and this is a grown woman. This is a grown woman. And she just said she came out of the bathroom, or she was coming out the bathroom. Give her a minute. So I see where we going. I put, start the Uber. I see where we going. It's 30 minutes away. Are you fucking serious? It's 30 minutes away. So you mean to tell me it's raining and I got a woman in the car who I'm like, ooh, Jesus. It's a woman in the car and she got a stench, and I felt so bad. I was just like, oh my God, I don't even know what to do. So it's raining, so the window's fogging up, and I'm just like, okay, ma'am, which one do you want, on the air or the heat? She say the fucking heat. No, I'm sorry, scratch that. She say the fucking air. So you mean to tell me you want this motherfucking air on? You just came out this motherfucking bathroom and you smell like that? In my mind, I was saying, you need to go the fuck back in the bathroom. Like, why? Or what is going on? What is going on? So I'm like, I already accepted the ride. Like, we got to drive. I got to get this money. So we started pulling off. Boom, mind you. Okay, so it's all the way. I went to pick her up in Riverdale, Georgia. We got to go all the way to McDonough. I'm pissed like a motherfucker. I'm pissed. I'm in the car I'm cutting the air off. I'm cutting the air back on. I'm cutting it off. I'm like, God damn, ain't nothing working. I tried to roll my window down. Mind you, it's raining. Can't do that. My side of the window gonna be wet as hell.
All right, guys, it's time for Uber confessions. Number 1. Do not keep me waiting. Just because I say you got 2 to 3 minutes, you ordered this ride 37 hours ago. You should be outside waiting for me. Number 2, y'all. I know y'all see my Uber videos and y'all think I just love to talk to everybody. Honey, 95% of my rides are quiet, and I love it because I'm listening to audiobooks about how to get rich and stay rich. Number 3, when you get in my car and you say, oh, how do you like your Tesla? I want to say I really freaking hate it because I pay a lot of money to rent it. Number 3, if we have an amazing interaction, like, you are not obligated to tip. Trust me. No, I love them. But you're not obligated. But when we have this powerful moment, we're hugging, kissing, saying goodbye, exchanging numbers, and my app has crickets in it, I'm Deviana. Devastisha. Okay? Don't do that to me, y'all. And I know, you know what I'm saying? I've learned a lot by being in this service industry. But listen, I just match my customers' energy. If you're boring, I'm boring too.
Another, I will never forget that time a woman was leaving the hospital and she booked an Uber X share ride. She got into my vehicle and I explained to her what an Uber share ride, that if Uber decided to route me with another passenger, I would have to pick them up, potentially drop them off before her, and then her rate would go down. I asked her if she understood that. She said yes. The ride begins, and not too soon after, Uber pings me and gives me another passenger, and I tell her, hey, I'm on the way to pick up this passenger. And she says, what? Huh? She's on the phone with somebody. So, yes, this is an Uber share ride. Luckily in this case, you booked a share ride with the hopes that your rate would go lower and you're not in a rush to get to where you're going. This was already explained to you, madam. Somebody else is being added. What do you mean I need to go home? I'm leaving the hospital. I don't feel well. I can't be in a ride with other people. I said, well, that's why I told you you were booking an Uber share ride. You needed to book an Uber X if you want a private vehicle. I have to go get these other people. And she says, well, you can't just cancel them. No, I can't cancel them. I legitimately don't think I was able to cancel them. But even if I was, maybe I was able to. But for me, it's the principle. Babe, I told you before you got into my car what it was and what it wasn't. Don't be surprised when it actually happens. And this is what we have to do. And you want me to fault somebody else that booked an Uber share ride as well because you didn't read the fine print and you didn't understand fully what I had to say. At least that's what you tell me once we had somebody else add it to our ride. That's somebody else's problem, honey bunny. Like, we are definitely going to go get this person. And she's like, well, can you pull over? I'm gonna cancel. I'm gonna work it on my end. I'm like, there's nothing that you can do with a share ride. A share ride is set in stone. Unlike an Uber X ride that you book where you can change your destination, an Uber share ride does not allow you to change your destination. Not at all. And so she was like obviously upset, and I finally had to get firm with her, and I was like, listen, either I'm gonna go get these other people right now, or I'm gonna drop you off right here. We were in like a common area where she could get out and sit on a bench, like if she wanted to. At this point in time, you're holding up the next passenger. And so eventually she agreed. She had no choice unless she wanted to get out and sit on the curb and her ride be canceled immediately. And she was all upset. And it's like, girl, read the fine print. Understand the difference between an Uber X, Uber Share, Uber Priority, Uber XL, Uber XXL, Uber Pet. Please.
Did you have sex?
I will never forget.
Just look at her.
Did you have sex? Did you have sex?
It was only a quick 20 seconds. Dude, you were kissing the dude in the back of the cruise when we were officially a thing. Don't try to get all crazy on me. We coming out with things, so I'm like, yo, I might as well come out.
I can't breathe.
Just look, this is her. Calm down. What are you crying for? Look, this is her.
I don't want to see her.
No, you did not just throw my phone out the car. It's a freaking prank, dude.
Oh my god. He's videoing me now.
Yeah, for my safety.
If you feel in danger. call the police.
So what do you provide as a safety line?
She says she feels unsafe. I'm sitting here, obviously, have my seatbelt on. Nothing's going on. She's sitting back there. She refuses to get out of my vehicle. So I'm recording for my safety.
Is there any store or is there anything in the area that you're in that you can go in and wait for your next Uber driver?
As you can see, there's businesses right in front of us. You see the businesses. She's saying she don't feel safe, but she refuses to get out. She can go right to the business over there. There's chairs. She can sit there with her things and wait for her next Uber.
She's gonna drive off with my packages. I mean, this is like, I've never had this before. I'm pretty surprised that you're not able to provide more assistance other than call the police. I have an expensive package in the trunk. If I get out, what if he drives off with it?
Now she's saying I might drive off with her things when I can clearly just take them out and place them over the side.
Get out of his car and he's on the phone with the authorities. You could get your package and wait for your next Uber.
But how do I get the package? I need him to open the trunk.
Open the trunk.
Okay.
You can ask him to open the trunk.
Well, I'll do that right now. Whatever gets you out of here, I don't care. I'll open it. You get your package. Whatever you need to do. I'm going to get her package out of the back because she's scared I'm going to take her package. This is her package. Getting her package out. I'll set it right here beside her so she can have it. Her package is out. Package is right there. I'm right here. I'm getting back into my vehicle.
I used to drive for Uber. It was actually my full-time job for a couple years. And there was one question that I would always get asked by men, and that was, do you carry a weapon? Now, there were two kinds of men that would ask me this question. The first was older, kindly dad types. And you could tell that they were just genuinely concerned for my safety. Like, imagine having Tim Walz in your backseat being like, now, young lady, do you carry a weapon when you do this job? 'Cause you should. The other would be younger guys who would ask me in ways that I felt like weren't for my best interest. The thing about Uber is that their policy is that you can't carry any weapons in the vehicle. Did I? Of course I did. I'm a woman driving Uber. But when they would ask, then I have to figure out how I'm going to answer this question. Because if I'm honest and I tell them I have a weapon, I could get reported to Uber and then lose my source of income. And if I say I don't have a weapon on me, then someone might actually try something because they think that I don't have a weapon. So the standard answer I came up with for them was, oh, a lady never tells, and then try and change the subject. Driving Uber was also the beginning of my eat the rich journey. I picked a lady up at a bus stop once who only knew a few words in English, and I was dropping her off at her job at McDonald's. I only know a couple words in Spanish, so the whole time that we're driving there, we're trying to communicate with each other. We're both laughing hysterically at our attempts that we were getting very wrong, but somehow we were able to communicate that we're both moms and that being a working mom was really challenging. When we got to McDonald's, she got out of the car and she handed me $2 as a tip and insisted that I take it. A little while after that, I picked up a guy from his mansion in the Westlake Hills and dropped him off at this fancy office off 360. I asked him, how's your day going today, sir? To which he never replied, and we didn't talk the whole drive. He was on a phone call when I dropped him off, and he just got out of the car and then walked into the building and didn't even shut the door. So I had to put my car in park and get out and go around and shut the door before I could drive off. And he tipped exactly $0. Those are just two examples of the everyday experience driving Uber. I picked up a bachelor party where everybody was super drunk. The guy in the backseat was making a couple very locker room-ish comments. The guy in the front seat, who was probably the most sober of the whole group, looked over at me and said, I'm so sorry. He is really drunk. And I just looked at him and smiled, and I was like, oh my gosh, me too. Then the very drunk guy in the backseat grabbed the handle and said, oh my God, are we gonna die? I picked up a guy at the Austin airport who had been coming home after being away on a business trip for 3 weeks. He did mention that he had a family, and so I said, oh my gosh, since you haven't seen your family in 3 weeks, I totally don't mind if you want to stop somewhere and like pick up some flowers for your wife. He just said, no, I need to get home and check the pool. I'm sure she hasn't been taking care of it. Not for all the money in the world. UT home games are the worst because sorority girls are going to climb head first over your seats and put their fake boots all over your leather. I picked up a passenger from Franklin's once and they gave me some of their brisket. And I thought that was really cool. I had a passenger who worked for a gourmet chocolate company, like the kind of chocolate bars that are sold at Whole Foods, and she tipped me with like 3 chocolate bars. I mean, those things are worth like 10 bucks a piece. That's like a $30 tip. I did not complain. I had a couple get absolutely furious with me when I made them put their child in a car seat. They said, no one's ever made us bring a car seat before, as if that somehow makes it safe and legal. Like, bro, I'm sorry that I am the only adult in this car who cares about your child's safety. For the most part, the passengers were always great. It's also a really great way to get to know your area if you move to a new city. Basically like getting paid to learn the layout, and you learn a lot of great places to go eat and visit. Let me know if you want to hear more Uber stories.
Take a ride with Uber driver. The least you can do is leave that attitude at home. We got problems and situations in our lives as well, but we're going to handle it in a professional manner, especially with you in our vehicle. So we expect you to come in here the same way. I pick up a woman who needs to get to the airport, and evidently she's running late. But it's not my fault or Uber's. She called at the last minute. So she gets into the vehicle. First thing my response to her is, good morning, ma'am. And how's your day going so far? This woman tell me, isn't your job to drive? I said, well, yes, ma'am. I was just making small conversation. I didn't ask you for small conversation. I need to get to the airport. Right then and there, I knew this ain't going no motherfucking where. So I set the GPS, all that, 32 minutes to get her there. I decided I'm going to turn the music on. I don't listen to rap. I'm old school. I listen to nice, slow, easy music. Put it on low, very low, because I already see she got something on her mind. Even with it low, this woman fucked around and tell me, well, my other Uber driver didn't put no music all on me. I don't want to hear no music right now. I got things I need to think about, and that's, disturbing me. And I'm like, ain't this a bitch? So I turn it off. I'm still trying to be cool. I said, ma'am, listen, I'm not trying to cause anything with you. I see you having a bad day. This woman gonna tell me, what do you know about my day? Ma'am, listen, it seems like everything I say to you is a problem. No, it ain't everything you say to me. It's just that you're hired to take me somewhere, but you want to hold a conversation. So the woman gonna tell me, okay, you want to talk about something? Let's talk about something. What you got to talk about? I said, ma'am, I don't need to talk about anything. Oh, but a little while ago, you had plenty to say. And in my mind, I'm thinking, Lord Jesus Christ, man, let me get this woman. I'm looking now. When I first turned the GPS on, I saw 32 minutes. By the time I looked again, I'm hoping 30 minutes done went by. And it was only 2 goddamn minutes. And I'm thinking to myself, this is going to be the longest fucking ride in history. So the woman sitting there gets on her phone. Evidently, she calls her daughter to complain about me. She telling her daughter, yeah, baby, I'm on my way to the airport, but I'm running late. People don't like to arrive on time. What? The time is scheduled on my shit. I'm here. But anyway, then she tell her daughter, oh, and you ever got an Uber with a person just all in your business? So evidently her daughter said, well, mama, you need to report it, because the woman gonna say, oh, don't worry, I'm gonna report it, because that's the type of stuff that just eggs me on. And in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, man, you know what? This job ain't even worth it no more. That's how pissed off she got me. I didn't even want to be at this fucking job anymore. But damn it, I got my family to take care of. I'm driving. I get this woman all the way here to this fucking airport. We get to this motherfucker. She said, what's your name again? I said, ma'am, it's on the air. She put it. Yep, that's right, Charles. That's Charles. Okay, I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and let them know how unsatisfied I was with my ride. Ma'am, do whatever you choose to do. Would you believe this woman got out my motherfucking car, got her bag out the trunk while she was back there, wrote down my license plate number? Now, what happens after that, I have no fucking idea. But the reason I'm putting this out here is because, truth be told, y'all know it as well as I do. People got attitude for no fucking reason. Y'all do me the biggest favor. Help us Uber drivers out. Don't get in there, man, and try to fuck up our day. Because you got to remember, we got everybody else we got to deal with throughout this.
And threatening me.
Listen, if you...
Mama, I'm at this police station. Come, please, get me. I will slap this lady.
You ain't gonna do nothing. I'll slap back.
911, here's your emergency.
Yes, I'm at the police station right now. This lady refused to get out of my car. She's yelling at me and threatening me, saying she's gonna beat me up. Excuse me, I'm driving Uber and this lady won't get out and she's threatening me, saying she's gonna beat me up. So I've driven to the police station. She's going crazy. She started eating in my car at first. I said, "Why are you eating in my car? People waste time." I'm in front. I'm talking to the police right now. Sorry, ma'am. Yeah, I'm driving Uber, and she refused to get out.
We'll talk with her.
No,
I need her out my car.
I'm not playing none of this. When it's about my money, I don't play. No, it don't matter. It don't matter. You talking about eating in your car. You want to say it when I'm done with my food.
She wasn't done. It's all being recorded right here. Got a camera.
Okay, and I don't care. I don't care about that. When it's $20, and I spend $40 every day. What do y'all not get? Girl, she could have said, no, I don't care about no refund. Give me my money. I don't care about no refund. Give me my money. I'm not playing. I work every day for what? I'm not gonna play about my money. I don't care what y'all talking about. Okay, I don't care. I don't care what y'all talking about. I don't care. My mama finna come. My mama finna come. No, I'm not waiting nowhere. Give me my money. Give me my money. Give me my money. Give me my money. Okay, where's my mama? Where's my mama? Because I'm not finna deal with that. Okay, no, I'm waiting till my mama get here.
Okay, but you gotta get out of the car. That's it. And then you can wait for wherever you want.
What are y'all talking about? Making me wait late for work and everything? No, she had not. Did y'all ask her that?
Yes, she just said.
No, she did not. Wait.
I have to end the ride once she gets out of the car.
No, you don't. You can end it right now. Send me my money.
Get out. Can you get out of the car?
She's so sweet on my soul.
Can you get her out the car?
We need to get out of the car.
She's wasting my time. I ain't got time for this.
Okay, wait, hold on. Give me, y'all need to figure out how I'm gonna get my money back. No, ask her. It's just her money. It's just her cash out. Okay, I don't care about what y'all talking about right now. I'm heated right now. Stop talking to me. I don't care what y'all talking about. Y'all make sure y'all give me my, if y'all don't have my, I swear to God, on Jesus Christ, y'all, listen. If y'all don't have my money, if my money not sent back to my account, everybody, y'all know I'm gonna.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay. Good.
When I pulled up this morning, and hey y'all, today is March 27th, and I want to warn all Uber female drivers of what I just experienced this morning at 7:25 a.m. in the College Park area of Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. I had got an Uber request. It was $4.44. And when I pulled up this morning, and just to retract, I just actually picked up Uber in Atlanta. And this is my first time actually starting out Uber in the morning, or just starting out with a full day of Uber in Atlanta. And as I pulled up to the apartment complex, it was a little sketch. It was a white van, and the guy in the vehicle, he had a white mask on, like it was a thick white mask. And he pulled back out of the parking area space, and I just was like, the white van looks like something with the sex trafficking or like kidnapping. It was very sketch, and the area was very sketch. So then the guy that gets out of his house, he had on all blue. He had on all blue from head to toe. I mean, blue cap, blue mask, blue shirt, blue pants, everything blue, even a blue satchel or backpack, drawstring backpack. And I basically felt weird about him, but I was like, maybe he getting ready for work, because you know, around that time people, you know, on their way to work, and it was like a 10-minute ride. So I was like, oh, this will be over before we know it. So as soon as he got in my car, I rolled my window down, and I said, something didn't sit right in my spirit. So I was like, oh, my auntie, she wants me to start wearing a mask, because she knows she's very big on COVID, even though it's the year 2024. So he was like, yeah, but I barely heard him. So as I'm driving into the ride, I put the window down. As I'm driving into the ride, he sprays this stuff in the back of my car. Keep in mind, y'all, I have this little tree, but this little tree scent, it doesn't work anymore. It ran out of its smell like maybe like a week ago, and I just have it there. At this point, decorations. He sprays in my car. I said, "Did you spray something in my car?" He said, "No, I didn't. Like, no, it was weird." And it immediately, as he sprayed that stuff in my car, I became lightheaded. Like, my head started, like, I became dizzy. it was super strong. It smelled like disinfectant spray, but super strong. I was like, what did you spray in my car? Immediately, I went into the mode of, as I was driving, the white van that pulled off, as soon as I pulled up, was in front of me, driving slow. I immediately zoomed past that white van, and I told that man, get the fuck out of my car. And as soon as I told him to get the fuck out of my car, he didn't give me no pushback. He got out of my car and he walked over there. I don't know if it was to order another Uber or whatnot, but when I left him, I had shortness of breath. I felt super dizzy and lightheaded. I was driving in a direction, I don't know, I just got here in Atlanta. I didn't really know my surroundings like that. I do have family here, but I did not know my surroundings like that. That ride was supposed to last 10 minutes. If I had my window rolled up, I would have passed out. I would have passed out and nobody would have been able to hear me. I just want to give God the praise because that man did not have no good intentions. No good intentions at all. The way that I drove around that white van, you would think he'd be like, whoa, like, what are you doing? Or the moment I told him to get out of my van, and the moment I told him to get out of my van, he didn't even say nothing. He got out of my van. So, with that being said, since I had left the premises, I went somewhere. I was so frantic. The way the Uber apps works, it's just ding, 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 ding. It'll constantly keep going. So, accepting another request, thinking that, like, in my head, or like I'm playing with myself in my head, my mind. But no, as I was driving on the interstate, I became lightheaded and pulled over, and I started having a panic attack. I was on the phone with my mom and my dad. They told me to just get off the exit. And then I called 911. I told them where I was at. I just pulled into an apartment complex. They pulled in on me. The police didn't really run no report for real. The paramedics did show up. The paramedics asked me how I was feeling. Do I feel like going to the hospital? I wasn't in a space where I felt like I needed to go to the hospital because I wasn't like out cold or nothing. Like, I just felt like, you know, what to do next. Like, can y'all check to see if I have any air tags in my car? Like what do I need to go about it? Because this man, he had no pure intentions. Like, I feel like this man was about to take me. What was supposed to happen didn't happen. He got out my car, and that's just what happened. So, I'm just warning all my black and brown girls, women in general, please be safe on that road with Uber. Be very cautious. Me personally, I'm not doing Uber with people in my car no more. Maybe Uber Eats, maybe, you know, continue doing DoorDash. But it's very scary out here, and they are doing it in ways to where if you're not paying attention to your surroundings, you can easily get snatched up. And so I'm just putting this warning out there. I just want to thank God that I am safe. But please stay away from areas that, for one, you're not familiar with, and for two, College Park area past the airport is not a safe place.
Okay. My brain can't even compute that a guy was just masturbating in my backseat. I'm about to admit something so embarrassing and pathetic that I don't even know if I should share it on the internet. But I recently started doing Uber, not because I need the money, but because I need the social interaction. I have one of those jobs that just doesn't give me enough social interaction throughout the day to be completely satisfied. And it's kind of fun to drive around drunk college kids. So I am in South Bend tonight, and I want to see what kind of shenanigans we're going to get into. So stay tuned. Hopefully this is a new series on my channel. It would be super fun to do because these college kids out here are freaking crazy. And I went Ubering over here last weekend for the Notre Dame USC game, and they were fucking trashed. I was having a ball, and let me know if this is something you want to see from me, because I'm having fun doing this. Okay, bye. Okay, so I've been on for about an hour or so. I've made around $20. Isn't crazy. Nothing crazy has happened yet, but the night is still young. It is not even 8 o'clock yet. Anyway, I have to pee so bad, so I am headed into Trader Joe's. I don't know if you can see it, but perfect place to pee because, you know, maybe I'll grab myself a sweet treat while I'm in there. Okay, I just have to get this documented because I am completely fucking disgusted and at the same time so confused. I just picked up this man from the airport and his name was Thomas. Picked him up at the South Bend airport and I drove him about 15 minutes away. And the whole time I kept hearing his, like, you know how that sound makes when fabric rubs together? And I just was like, what the hell is going on? And then he kept, like, mumbling stuff under his breath. And so I was trying to figure out, like, what he was mumbling under his breath. He looked like a normal business guy. He had a briefcase and da-da-da, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, I finally catch what he's mumbling under his breath. And he's like, fuck. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm too scared to even look behind me because I'm almost positive I know what this man is doing. And I want to cry right now. I want to fucking cry. Anyway, his destination, y'all can't fucking guess what it is, an adult store. I hate this. Oh my god. I'm just like speechless. I can't, I gotta put my phone down because I gotta do this next pickup. But what the fuck is wrong with people? Okay, so I have a second because I'm waiting to pick somebody up right now. But I'm just trying to process everything that just happened. Like, my brain can't even compute that a guy was just masturbating in my backseat. What the fuck?
Halfway through the ride, he asked me if he could practice something on me. Middle of the afternoon, normal pickup, nothing weird. He gets in, buckles up, very polite. We drive for about 10 minutes, just small talk, weather, traffic, normal. Then he says, "Can I practice something on you?" I said, "Sure." He pulls out his phone, clears his throat, and starts practicing a speech, like a real speech. Full voice, hand gestures, everything. It was a breakup speech. Halfway through, he stops and asks,
I just had a rider piss me off so bad that I had to stop and get something to eat. Because, what? All right, so listen. I don't care who you like, who you love, what you want to be, and what you call yourself. That is your business. But when your business interrupts my business, that's when I have a problem. So I had this young lady, and I'm not even going to put the clip up because I don't have my dash cam to expose people unless they need to be exposed, and this ain't one of them. But I'm going to tell you what happened. So I had this young lady, and she was a stud, and she was in the car, and we was having a conversation. Everything was cool. Everything was on the up and up and all that stuff. I'm super professional. We going. And then she wanted to shoot her shot. Okay? And I'm not mad. You don't know until you know. You don't know unless you try. Right? So she attempted to shoot her shot. And I was like, I'm flattered. I appreciate it. Thank you. But, I'm not interested. Just respectfully. Boom. Bow. We're done. That is it. I respect it. Boom. Took the compliment. Boom. Bow. We done. We ain't done. Because she was just like, oh, well, how do you know unless you try? Now, she acting like a nigga. She black. She acting like one. Because, and I like a man. Let me say it better. Because, what? And like, you don't know unless you try. Ma'am, listen. Ma'am, sir, ma'am, whatever. No. I'm not interested. Like, that's not my preference. Okay? That's not what I want. Right? It's not, just letting you know. So, we can move past that, okay? Go. All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Okay. She was just like, but I'm just saying, shoot, it can change your world. Baby, let me go ahead and slide this car over to the side. Let me explain something to you. Let me be clear with you, okay? I'm not interested. I'm not interested with being with another woman. She has said something to me like, well, you're just being closed-minded. No, I'm grown as hell. I'm 43 years old. I know what I like. And it ain't that. Now, I respectfully told you that I am not interested in your advances. I'm not interested in what you're offering. I'm not interested in you at all. And even if I did like women, you would not be what I wanted. Okay? All right. So I need you to respect what I am saying, that this is a business environment. You requested a service and I'm providing said service. Okay? Now, respectfully and professionally, I told you that I am not interested in that. And that should have been the end of the discussion. But now you want to try to act like a whole dude, a whole man, and try to, that doesn't mean try harder. That doesn't mean try again. That doesn't mean that you take it as a challenge. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Comprehend it. Understand what I'm saying.
So I just picked up this girl. She has a dress on her lap. I picked her from one of these bridal places. So I was just assuming that she was the bride. So I picked her up normal. Hey, how you doing? And she was just like, I'm okay. She said, I just can't believe I paid for this dress and I'm not even going to be in the wedding. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And she was just like, my friend just put me out of the wedding. So this girl that I picked up, her name is Ava, and sharing the story with full permission. And she said her friend Sydney, who she's been friends with since childhood, she said that their families were even like, intertwined. Like they grew up together more than just best friends. They were like cousins because their parents were close. And she was just like, yeah, she just put me out. She told me get out, take the dress, like leave, like I don't want you here. And she said that the other bridesmaids was kind of ganging up on her because some of them are like friends from high school and college. So they weren't really liking Ava like that. And Ava was the maid of honor, I think it's called. She's like the person that stands next to the bride. And she was really hurt. She was devastated. So I'm like, what happened? Like, why did she just do that? So apparently Ava and Sydney have been friends since childhood. Sydney met Duke in college. Ava never really liked Duke. Like she always was like, something's off about him. And, I just don't know. I just can't put my finger on it. So they would get together. They would go to dinner. They would try to get acquainted. Sydney really wanted Ava and Duke to like each other. But Ava was like, no. Ava was like, I just couldn't get with him. So she said she started receiving DMs from him. So I'm like, what was he saying? She said that Sydney's fiance, Duke, was like advancing her, like sending her the eye emojis, in the wee hours of the night. And, saying things like, I know you're playing hard to get. And she said she would just read the messages like, why is he DMing me? Like, what is going on? And she said that he would even send her voice memos. I know it's the reason you don't like me. You just wish that you were Sydney. You wish I was marrying you. And you wish this could have been you. And I'm like, did you tell her? She said, no, that's why this is going on. So she said it kind of made her look bad because she never told her best friend anything. She didn't want to ruin the wedding. And she didn't know what the outcome would be. She said that if she told Sydney anything, she didn't know if Sydney was going to be upset with her. She didn't know if Sydney was going to call off the wedding. She didn't know what Sydney's reaction was going to be. So she just took the chance of, I'm not even replying to him. So I'm just going to leave this alone. Which is still kind of crazy because it's like now she's marrying somebody that's going to most likely cheat on her, which Ava did say that he had a history of cheating and he has a history of DMing women. He has a history of this. So I'm like, if he had all that, you should have just told her. So she said she chose not to. So she said that Sydney went through his phone as she normally does, sporadically. I said, not the audit. Now she audits him from time to time. So she said she randomly went through his phone and saw the DMs. And I said, but she saw you didn't reply. She said, yeah, but that wasn't the point. She was mad at me because I didn't tell her about it. So now she's putting me out the wedding. And I'm like, is she still going to marry him? Is the wedding still on? She said, oh yeah, she's still getting married. Her and Duke are still getting married, but now she just put me out of the wedding because Duke's DMing me and I didn't tell her about it. I was just trying to be a good friend. I didn't know what to do. And she said she explained that to her. She was like, girl, I'm sorry. I should have told you, but I didn't want it to be awkward. I didn't know how you were going to feel. So she said Sydney was just blowing up on her. She was blowing up on her. The other bridesmaids like, you fake and you phony. We always knew it was something. You was jealous of her. And for me, for my opinion, I don't know what I would have done, honestly. I guess for me, maybe I would have just said something and let it be whatever it was going to be. And just, if she would have put me out the wedding, let her do it that way. But, I understand where Ava's coming from because it's kind of like a rock and a hard place. Like, do I say something? Do I not say something? And I'm like, so now you're really out of the wedding. So she's in the car. Guess who calls? Sydney calls on speaker. So Sydney's pissed. So she's still going off. She's like, you're fake, like you effing da-da-da. Like she's going off on her. And I was like, wait, was this ever really your friend? Because the thing she was saying was like, you always wanted to be me. And you're mad because I'm getting married and you're this age and you're still not married. I have a degree. You don't have one. You always wanted my life. And now you're trying to take my man. I'm like, wait, the girl never DM'd your man. Your man DM'd the girl. So Ava's like crying. She's like, girl, this is not it. Like, you're getting married in a couple of weeks to this guy who's cheating on you with every woman he can find in the Southern California region. And you're upset with me. And I'm just like, so she's reading her profile, they're going back and forth. So she eventually just hangs up the phone. And I'm like, so this is it? Like, do you think this is it? Like, the wedding is in a couple of weeks. You have this dress. What's going on? Like, she said she's done with it. She said, I'm blocking her number. She said it's a little bit hard because the families are intertwined. She was just like, but I can't believe it's gotten this far this fast. She said we could have just sat down and talked about it. She said Sydney set it up in a way to whereas this would happen the day that they went to pick up the dresses. So she's known about it for a couple of days, but instead of calling Ava, she set it up in a way to whereas they would get into it in front of all these other girls so she could have backup and cheerleaders and everything. So I don't know. This is a tough situation. So
through rows of golden wheat, tend to cute barnyard animals, and discover the joys of a digital farm retreat. You don't have to hop in a car or catch a escape to the farm at the tap of a finger.
So you can get out, you cancel the ride.
You're not just tending to a farm, you're tending to yourself. Heyday. Search Heyday, that's Hay space DAY in your favorite app store. Heyday is a free-to-play mobile game and offers optional in-app purchases and random rewards.
You can get out my car though, because you canceled the ride. So I'm not, I was going to take you back to wherever you just came from.
LinkedIn job collections, you can post collections by relevant
Excuse me,
industries and benefits.
I got a rider that won't get out my car.
Like flex PTO or hybrid workplaces.
Call 911. Got me all the way fucked up. She just I'm an Uber driver. She just canceled the ride, but she expects me to sit here and wait on her to get another ride, and that's definitely not about to happen right now.
Oh.
I'm blocking traffic.
Dallas 911, this is Jade. Do you need police, fire, or ambulance?
I don't know. What is she?
Sir?
When you say she,
Right here in the back.
I'm trying to get off.
Oh, behind you. Behind you.
Yeah, she canceled the ride, but now she won't get out my car, and I can't move one inch.
You can't be in somebody's car if they don't want you in their car. I can't.
What do you mean I won't let you out? Girl, you can open the door. Please stop being
open
funny.
the door. Open the door.
Sir,
Let me come around. I can't hear.
I think she on drugs, for real, for real. Hello? Hello?
This is Dallas 911. We just got a call from this number. Is there an emergency?
Yeah, it's fully recording you. What is you talking about? Weird ass. I'm definitely sending this. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. It's a police officer here.
Okay, alright.
Thank you. Girl, I'm about to send this to Uber. You are high or something.
I'm glad you're gonna send that.
Yeah, I am. Get out of my car, though. What's wrong with you? Thank you.
Continue on Webb Chapel Road for 3 miles.
POV, I just stopped Ubering to have a threesome with 2 hot daddies that were visiting Pittsburgh in the back of a 4Runner by the National Aviary. And it was so fucking hot. Like, I'm sweating still. They were fucking
too harsh.
heavy.
I said, I think she's going to understand the message. He thanked me like I was HR. I hope she's okay.
As my site.
Halfway
so
through the ride.
Sometimes men want to know why are there features in apps and places and etc. for like women only, and there's a reason for that. I do Uber as my side gig. I've been doing Uber as a side gig for now about 2.5-ish years, coming up on 3 this summer, and it's not bad. And I've had pretty decent interactions. I will say in the last 2 weeks, especially today, what the hell is in the water? What the fuck is in the water? Because, oh my gosh, like Uber just launched like maybe a few months ago the option for as a female driver, I can put down a preference saying I would like to accept women riders, and like it will only give me rides who are at least the person who set up the profile has identified themselves as a woman, right? And so cool, like I usually try to turn that on when it gets dark outside because it's like, again, like just additional safety measures, right? So there's that. Well, last week I had somebody fucking wild. Like I had somebody where I didn't even see the guy. I didn't see the guy. It was already getting a little dark. It was right before I turned on the feature. Got in. The only thing I said to him was like, hey, is this so-and-so? Yeah, like confirming the person getting in my car. We're going here to this address? Yes, cool, great. That's it. We didn't talk, nothing else. All right, we get to the spot, and I was just making sure, because it doesn't have a place, it just had an address. I was like, are you going here? Like confirming, are you going here? Yeah. Okay, cool. Drop him off. Have a good day. Then I drive off, and I get a message from the app saying, hey, a rider has reported a lost item. It doesn't say what. It's pretty vague. It just lets us know, let us know when you find the item. So I stop in like a spot downtown, like a parking lot, and I look through everything. I don't find anything at all. Then I get a text message saying, hey, this is your rider. And I'm like, oh, hey, like I just got a notification. I didn't find an item. Can you give me a little bit more details of what you lost, so that way I can look a little bit better? And he was like, oh no, I actually didn't lose anything. I just thought you were cute and wanted to see if you're interested in talking. No, you didn't even talk to me in the car. Like, what the fuck? No. So immediately I screenshotted it and I blocked it. And and then again, I don't know if Uber then just gives people my phone number, or like a number that links to me, because then I get a text message again, and then it was like, so like, should I, like, are you interested in talking, or should I delete your number? And I just blocked the person. I was like, no, like, why? Like, don't do this. Don't do that. So that's disgusting. I mean, it was just already just like, no, like, no. Then today I have two men back to back one who was trying to be friendly or whatever, and I was just like, cut it off pretty quickly, and he took the hint, thank God. The second person, nice guy. Again, I don't talk to people unless they start talking to me, because there's a whole thing with that too. And it's not anything crazy. It's just like, hey, like, how you, again, started off with, how's your day going? Good. Yours? Good. Cool. Like, telling me about where he works. Then he's like, I love to take you out. I'm like, oh, I appreciate that, but like, no, thank you. Like, that's it. Like, no thanks. Trying to be kind about it. No. And he kind of kept going, and I'm just like, no, like, take a hint. Like, I was being very kind. I think I'm a kind person as it is, and then also then I have to deal with the fact that it's like, I have you in my vehicle, and I'm not trying, like, this person didn't make me feel unsafe. It just was like, guy, like, take the hint. But it's like, okay, it could turn towards unsafe. Like, are you somebody who doesn't, like, take rejection well? Like, how does that go? Like, fuck me, you know? So I'm just like, this is why there are features like that. Like, so now it's like, great, now do I need to set the feature where I only accept female riders at all points in time? Because what the hell? But then also there's some ladies, I love y'all, but sometimes y'all are requesting rides for men, and I'm like, that's fine. You know what? I'm not judging you. But it's like, sometimes that's still something that can come up, by the way. So it's not like it's a foolproof situation. I don't know. I'm annoyed. I'm tired. I'm emotional because of some other things that are happening in my life. And I look like fucking crap. This is me. This is my skin. You're seeing me from the back. You see this. You see the shin, the acne, the fucking frizzy hair. Like, what are you talking about? My makeup's not done. I mean, appreciate you thinking I'm cute when I look like shit, but no. Okay, love y'all. Happy Friday. And it sucks because usually this is like the day where I love like driving, because it's like a pretty good money day. But I'm like, I kind of want to cry. And it's so silly. But again, I think it's just like built up emotions from everything else. Again, didn't feel unsafe with the individual who was in my car, like the two guys that were in my car. It was just like, take no for the answer. Like, no is a full sentence, like, you know. But then there's only so much I can say when, again, I have a person in my car. It's different than like being in a public space where like I could be a little bit more of an asshole and like leave it or like leave the situation. It's just like, okay. I have an energy drink that I haven't opened, and I'm wondering if I save her, because usually this is how I start girl dinner. Okay, bye.
Well, hello everyone. it's me again. I realized that I don't think I said what happened at the end of the now viral Uber interaction I had. So I want to tell you all what happened, the conclusion of the matter. Well, the conclusion up to this point. Also, I want to say thank you to everyone for your support. And I mean, I know there's quite a few difference of opinions or whatever, but I really do want to thank everybody. I never imagined in a million years that this would ever happen to me. I'm just a introverted anime watching, video game playing musician / truck driver / Uber driver / Lyft driver. So I mean, I really didn't expect all of this, but thank you all so much for your support. Yeah, like, follow, share. I guess I should probably say that. I'm not used to this, but yeah. So after I took her package out, placed it beside the vehicle, I got back in the vehicle, and then she exited the vehicle. She grabbed her package and she went over to one of the establishments, which I was asking her to do. I don't know, but anyways, she went over to the establishment. I sat there for a little bit because I had called the police, so I actually waited to make sure she got into another Uber before I called the police again. So I called the police and I told them, don't worry about it. She exited the vehicle, so it's nothing. I don't want to get the lady in trouble, nothing like that. So I just wanted her out of the vehicle. So I called them, called her off. Then I called Uber Safety, explained the whole situation, gave them the rundown on everything. And I mean, that's pretty much where it ended, honestly. I didn't want anything to happen further. I didn't want anything to happen to her. Definitely didn't want anything to happen to me. But I don't know. And yes, I do know who the lady is. I do know her name and all that, but I'm not gonna put that information on here because I don't want people going after that lady. I mean, seems like she has enough to deal with already. So I don't really want that. I want peace, man. I want people not to be at odds with each other and not to be back and forth. I don't want it to be a race thing, a white thing, a black thing, whatever. It's a people thing at the end of the day, man. It's not black, white, or whatever. Was she a white woman? Yes. Am I a black man? Yes. But that don't mean that it was racially motivated. She could have just been having a bad day or something. I don't know. I don't know what caused this, but I'm glad it didn't go bad for either one of us. So yeah, that's the conclusion, man. Y'all like, share, follow, all that good stuff. And man, again, I appreciate everybody, man. Much love to everybody. Truly, truly thank you.